JP. JP.
The long-term ambition, I believe I can be Man City's number one and play for England, be their number one. But I know that I have to play as many league games as I can, because no one just steps right into Man City number one without playing any league games anywhere else. So I've got to learn my craft, and it's a different craft here to play in the Premier League, but it's something I need to do to develop as a person and as a goalkeeper, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yes, and welcome back to We Are the South Stand. People you've been asking for him. Alan, people have been saying of me and you falling out.
Are you joking? No. Just so you know, I was down at my mother and father's in Hobart, Tasmania for the week, for a long weekend, because unfortunately my father's not the best at the moment. So I spent time there. So it's not Daps's fault. So
cheers. and before that, do you know what? I think what has hypes it up even more is the fact that we actually are in for James Trafford.
And then I told you in the end we're getting.
Is he not right?
You kept saying it, man.
Is he your grandson? Have you known all along? Because deep down he's your grandson.
No, it's I was told by somebody that I know quite well at City.
Right. How long ago were you told?
They were talking to him about a month ago.
Okay. So did you get told last Wednesday as well by?
Yeah, I got a text.
Right, yeah, because I heard off a couple of people last Wednesday that
they were in for him. Listen, I'm going to say something now that I know a lot of people, especially on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, were going on and moaning and groaning about it. Now, we made a decision to get a new sporting director when Cheeky retired, and he was going for young players. And you could see that he was going to sign young players, all right? Which is what we've been after for ages. Now, if it goes, Trafford's 22, isn't he? 22, 23, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we've bought Victor Hayes, Reese, whatever his name was, Kozovic. We bought a load of young, talented players, and we're all backing them. As soon as you mentioned James Trafford, everyone explodes.
Right. Do you know what? I think you're spot right. So I know what you're talking about, and this is the thing. I had someone. Right. Let me just say first and foremost, is there a risk around signing James Trafford? Yes, there is. Of course. Right? Yes, there is. I'm not going to sit here right now and say James Trafford is a proven, experienced European goalkeeper. Right. I'm not going to say that. Right. But so I put bring him in. The signs are good, right? And straight away, someone said, "What signs that he's English?" And my response was, "You haven't asked me what the signs are. You've literally said because he's English." Now, let me be clear with you again. Because he's come through our academy, right? And because he's English and I am English, would I like him to do well? Yes, I would, right?
Yeah.
Like, is there an extra bit of vim for us if Foden does well? Yes, because he came through our academy, right? So I'm not going to downplay that. Of course, we want academy prospects to do well, right? The same people that are always talking about we shouldn't have sold Cole Palmer, I presume it's the same thing with him. And it's not just because he's gone to Chelsea that you think that we shouldn't have sold him, right? But for people to just presume, and I do think there is the same way that people say, oh, all you English overhype English players, like, all right, well, is it fair for me to say then, well, in that case, instantly, because a player is English, a lot of foreign people try and put them down too much, right? And it is equal. I'm not saying he is as good as Garcia. I wanted Garcia, right? But Garcia's gone. What I've seen of Trafford, right? And that clip that I played at the start, I played it for a reason, right? He's very, very, very composed with the ball at his feet, right?
Yeah,
like
he is. Yeah.
Almost Ederson levels of composed. Some of the pressure he has put under that. And straight away, if people say, oh, but it's in the Championship, listen, someone pressuring you for the ball, whether you're in the Championship, fucking the Premier League or any league, if you have someone running you down, right, and getting that close to the ball, don't matter what league you're in, your composure is the same. So I do think there is an element of people are trying to shit on him just because he's English. Like, and let me be clear, it is a risk. It might go wrong, right? But I think there's a risk with Diogo Costa. I don't think Costa's fucking that great. So,
yeah, I agree. I'll tell you what else I've thought. When you're mentioning that, he's coming in for 30 to 40 million. We're going to get him for. All right.
Yeah.
If it goes wrong, okay, we're giving the opportunity, and he has a bad time, and he goes wrong.
It's quite a lot of money. I don't want to downplay the fact that it's quite a lot of money for me.
Can we sell him next year for a similar amount? Yes, we can.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
No, we sold it for 20 million. So in a sense, we're only buying it back for 20 million, kind of.
Exactly. He's a talented lad. He's in the England squad. He's tipped to be the England's next number one, which he is. Okay, he's 6'5". He's bigger than Ederson. You know, he's good with his feet.
Do you know what? Right, I don't want this. It's really difficult because I don't want this to become a Ederson slagging match, right? Because for me, Ederson is our greatest player for the system we have. I think Joe Hart was a better shot stopper, but I think for the system we had, Ederson was important. Now, someone said to me the other day, because people always go, look at him when he was at Burnley, right? To be fair, that's harsh because he was probably 20 years old when he was in the Premier League with Burnley. Yeah, 19 or 20. That's harsh, man. Come on, right? But if you were to put Ederson in that Burnley team, right, that were in the Premier League, would Burnley have conceded any less goals?
Still be the same.
Probably would have conceded more. Let's be real.
So, look, I don't want to be here. I'm not here trying, and people straight away, I'm not trying to say he's better than this, that, and whatever. But I think also the same way that maybe some people might be overhyping him, I also think some people are also trying to downplay him a little bit and just go, oh, he's shit because he's English, right? And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But it does seem to be that. The fact that everyone presumes you're like, in fact, Alan, you'll probably remember when you first started mentioning him, I wasn't that keen on him.
No, I know.
I've had to go away and really look into him and watch him to make a decision.
And I went to a mate's house who's a big Burnley fan. He's from Burnley, and he's a cousin of my best mate at home. And I watched a few games with him, and I was very, very impressed.
Yeah, that's it.
But don't forget, he had a bad time in the Premier League, but he was 19.
I think that's harsh when he's 19 in a Burnley team that were playing with bollocks, by the way. This wasn't a Burnley team that were playing with 10 men behind the ball. It's a Burnley team that were playing with a bit of bollocks under Vincent Kompany. They were actually trying to play a bit of attacking football, some might say. So And again, even if you look at last season, look, I'm not trying to say the Championship is the same level as the Premier League, right? But to keep 29 clean sheets in a season in any division is pretty fucking good. And yes, you have to also credit the defenders, but the penalty saves, how comfortable he is with the ball at his feet. He's better in the air than Ederson, in my opinion. I don't think he's like, I think, look, here's a great example of it, right? Newcastle wanted him. Yeah. Why would Newcastle? And Newcastle weren't scouting him. And and they weren't scouting him because he came through Man City's academy. They were scouting him because he's a good goalkeeper.
Right.
So
he's talented. He's got lots of ability. Not just that. They can play, he's only played the Championship. All right, fine. But the signings we made last year in January, what leagues were they in when we bought them?
Yeah, I think that is a good point. Like, it's fine to get behind foreign young players, but don't ever get behind an English young player. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. It does feel like that at times. I can't lie. It does. What's your take on him, Kels?
Well, I can honestly say I've never seen him play, so I can't really comment on his skill set. But one thing I love is his moxie. I just love this like confidence he has in himself, and I think our club was just lacking it last season. Nobody believed in themselves, and I just like a young player who really believes, hey, I can be the number one. He was saying this years ago too. And he knew he had to go put in the work, and he went and put in the work. And
do you know another example? And I must admit, I used this because he'd left our club by this point, but to talk on the confidence that our academy seems to breed, right? Can you remember the under 21s final where he saved that penalty?
Yeah.
And can you remember Cole Palmer, the camera, I think, went to Cole Palmer on the bench, and Cole Palmer said to one of the other England players, Trafford told me before this game, if Spain get a penalty, I'm saving it. Right before the game, he'd said, if they get a penalty, I'm saving it. So he is a very, very confident guy. And do you know what? Like, he's going to play with a bit. Someone just said it in the comments. Passion. He's going to play for a bit of passion because he actually does want to be at City. Look, I've seen today one outlet report that because of the contract breakdown of Donnarumma, that City might be, tempted to go in for him. No. Donnarumma is 100% a better shot stopper than Trafford, right?
But not good with his feet.
Would he suit playing out from the back all the time? Now, PSG play good football, so Donnarumma's one that I probably would hear over him. But
I think that's just talk, agent talk. He's trying to get a better deal.
Yeah,
it's like the Kounde links yesterday. It's like they're just trying to get more money from Barcelona or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, we get used all the time in these deals. I don't believe any of them.
Yeah, it's like, what we've got to look at is that I'm not slagging Ederson off. No way, because he's been brilliant. We've won everything under him, so he's been brilliant. But this time last year, there was rumours of him wanting to leave, right? It was Edwards turned by Saudi, right? Yeah. Now, since then, his head's not been totally on it. He's had a contract for 6 to 8 months in front of him to re-sign an extension. He hasn't signed it. Yeah. What does that tell you, right? He wants to leave. Now, whether we get a decent price for him or we don't, but if someone's in the last year of a contract, any player, and I mean any player, and they're not signing a contract, we have got to start acting like a business. It's a business. And sell them and get money, right? At the end of the day, we can't let everyone go on a free. We've got to get money. That's a fact.
Yeah, the money, I can't lie, the money I've seen us potentially being offered.
Yeah, I know.
It's dog shit. I can't lie, bro. But like,
it's going to be zero next summer.
But if they manage to
I hear it, but 3 million, I'm not being funny.
That is
a mistake. That's a joke.
3 million, right? We have to remember that with Ederson, there's a difference between Ederson and John Stones, right? Now, if we got offered poor money for John Stones, well, getting that wage off the bill is relevant. Ederson's on a third of what John Stones is. So I'll be honest, for 3 million, I'd probably say, do you know what, Ederson, stay as second choice and battle it out with Trafford. 3 million is an absolute mistake. I wouldn't
honestly mind, I wouldn't mind Trafford coming in next season to be the number 2, just to get like reacquainted with the Premier League, maybe get some of those European games, give him the cup games. And then with him knowing that he would be the number 1 next summer when Eddie leaves.
There's one problem.
But that's risky too. That's risky too, because if Ederson's head's not in the game, he's going to underperform. Like
I hear it, but I do feel like if Ederson stayed, I think having Ederson and Trafford, but making it clear to Ederson, all right, well, you ain't signed the contract, so you're not going to be guaranteed number 1. And we don't feel that we're being harsh on you to do that because you're not signing the contract. So you can stay. We're not in a rush to say, because 3 million, honestly, I'd keep him. I'd think just for the piss take of being offered 3 million, I'd keep him. And I'd say I'd say you two battle it out. I wouldn't say who's 1 and 2. I'd say you two battle it out.
Oh, I would define it as 1 and 2, but that's just me.
But I mean, because Ederson, right, chat, you'll probably know this. Is Ederson still the number 2 Brazil keeper?
Yeah.
He is. Right. So for that reason, Ederson he's not going to want to sulk and be shit, because then he might, an injury to Alisson and Ederson would be stepping up as Brazil's number 1 keeper next year in the World Cup. So Ederson's not going to underperform, is he?
And Alisson is picking up a lot more injuries too.
Yeah. You got to figure out we're in a World Cup year next year, right?
Yeah.
So both players, Trafford wants to be part of that squad, which he does.
Yeah.
And also Ederson also wants to be part of the Brazil squad.
So they would both be battling it out. They can't be putting in
big time.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Because again, with Trafford, I think Trafford. What is Trafford at the moment? Is he 3rd choice England keeper?
Yeah.
But he has a good season, and he could easily. Right? Will they drop Pickford for the World Cup? I doubt it. Right?
I doubt it. But he's time.
Pickford injury. So I think both of them are going to want to be there. So it is something that if you kept both of them, they would push for it. It wouldn't be either of them just going, "I'm cruising." So
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm all favour for it, and the club's made a decision to go young and buy young and get rid of the older players now. Yeah. We have to go with it, and we have to back them. Stop this. We're in transition. And if anyone thinks we're just going to go 1 year as transfers and then we're going to win the league again, it's going to be a battle. Liverpool are favourites, and probably Arsenal second favourites now.
Yeah. For me at the moment, I'm going to say this on this channel because I've been saying it on Never a Foul. So I don't want people to start thinking I've got 2 personas. Where I am with where I think we finish at the moment, what I've been very clear with is this can change within the first 5 or 10 games. But at this point, I think we are fighting for 3rd with Chelsea. Right?
Correct.
Now,
correct.
If the season starts and I see that Pep has solved the issue of how liable to counter-attacks and transitions we are, and the lack of pace at defence and legs in midfield. If I see a performance like I saw against Juventus, then no problem. But if I see a performance like I did against Al Hilal, I can't see us fighting with Liverpool for the league. Like, we're going to concede too many goals. That's the key. If the season starts and all of a sudden I see Kuzanov in the team, I see pace at the back, then I can say we can challenge. But that's where I am at the moment. I don't think we're at this point. Do you think we're challenging with Liverpool based on the here and now?
I think we're solidly second right now. With it like I'd say we're 8 to 10 points back.
Even with the defense how it is.
Well, I think having a better midfield is going to help our defense quite a bit. Like if we have people in the midfield who are actually going to track back and who are actually going to win the ball back and are actually going to put a tackle in and actually going to try to win a duel, I think less balls will get to the back. And
that's true. That's been
the hallmark of our defense.
We
have played a high line forever. We just had a better midfield. Last year's midfield was a disaster. And the Al Hilal game was a disaster. Because you had Johnny Rangers looking like a chicken with his head cut off and 2 other players who didn't want to track back and do anything. So it was easy to cut through that. But if you fix that, I think the defense is under a lot less pressure.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're spot on there. The 2 things is one, it's
and we signed those midfielders too. Yeah. We signed the players. It's just a matter if they play.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I mean by we'll be able to tell within the first 5 to 10 games, we'll be able to see. Because I mean, let's be honest. If we look at one of our when did we play Fulham at home last season? It was probably in our first 5 games.
4 or 5 games.
Right. Yeah. And we won that game, but the signs were there, weren't they? The signs
we got
were very much there
against Chelsea, and then I think every other game, teams just pounced on us.
Yeah.
But we also have to be patient with Rodri because he's going to take some time. But I think Tijani Reinders is just a fantastic signing, and I'm so excited and I think he's going to be a starter right away. And
I just hope not a starter in the 6.
No. I meant it.
No, it needs to be I
think Rodri will play. I think he can only play 1 game a week to kind of start with, but that's kind of how the season is. So it'll be more difficult when we start playing more games per week. I think that's when we start managing Rodri's minutes a little more because I think it's going to take him time to get to 2 or 3 games a week.
Well, I think you've got to remember by the time the season starts, right? We are going to. It's going to be 6 weeks since we last saw Rodri.
Yeah, something like that.
So another 6 weeks along.
So mid-August.
So another 6 weeks along for Rodri. He will be more fit. But I do agree with you. That doesn't mean game time, and we are going to have to be. Yeah, I don't know. Do you know what? I find it so hard. 1 game a
week to start for the first couple of months.
I
think we'll give him the best chance to not get injured. But my biggest concern is just Pep trying to spam him right away, acting like he didn't just blow his knee up last year.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that is so. I trust Pep, right? Let me be very clear. I 100% trust Pep, but I do have PTSD now, and
I have a ton of PTSD.
Yeah, and there's 3 for me.
And the Al Hilal game did nothing to quell that. That just set me over. That's why I was so reactive, because it was all the same mistakes from last season with the same players. It's like that. Even the bringing Rodri on to bring him off was like all of these things. It's just do you know what? That's true. How will they? I never saw what I wanted to see, and that was in the whole tournament. Which I just wanted to see a few minutes of Reinders and Nico Gonzalez. I know Nico Gonzalez. I know there's a lot of controversy in that. I'm not going to go into that. I'm not saying start him. I'm just saying it would have been interesting in one of those games just to see an experiment of Gonzalez and Tijani Reinders. And we didn't see it. So
are you quite happy to take the pressure off now and say we're third favourites to win the league and not have that pressure like we've had previously?
Yeah, let Liverpool have that pressure. I don't care. Let them crack under the pressure. Let Florian Wirtz crack under the pressure of that high transfer fee. Let him. Let Mo Salah crack.
Do you know what? I'm happy with the media are licking their ass. The media are all over Liverpool like fucking. Do you know what? Right? Let them. Don't get involved in the bullshit. 100%. Let them. Apparently they're going to be immortal. Apparently they're going to do this. Going to do that. Let them.
You got the same shirt on.
I know. I just realised that same shirt on. Fucking hell. And that was from 3 years ago. That I think. Now I agree with you. There is pressure off. Do you know what the sad thing is? There isn't pressure off because we're City. There won't be pressure off. We are
let Arsenal get some pressure. Let Chelsea get some pressure. Okay, you want
Chelsea should
brag about being world champs?
Yeah.
Okay, go win the league. This ain't a tournament. This is the league. Because Chelsea are a good tournament team. I don't trust them in the league at all.
We have to see with Chelsea. Chelsea are an interesting one. Very, very interesting.
I don't rate them as highly as other people.
I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. I was fairly impressed with them in that tournament. Yeah, well, they're a cup team. Can they do it week in, week out? They're a cup team. And
they've always been very good in Europe as well. Not always, but over the last 20 years, they know how to get things done in Europe. So no, and do you know what? Let's not do this. Actually, they beat a very good PSG team. We have to give them props for that. They look very good, very good. That
was the only game they really. I was like, whoa.
But what game?
The other ones, I'm just like, yeah, you're playing bad teams.
Do you know what? But I don't mind if you can put on a performance like that against PSG. Then we've got to give him some credit. That was But no, I'm here for Trafford. I'm here for Trafford. I think just so we know the news on Trafford at the moment is from, unless either of you two have heard any more, that Trafford's confirmed. I think City have spoke with Trafford, and I think an idea on personal terms has already been agreed, and it's just a case of City are trying to talk down the price because we've got 40 million 40 million buyback clause, but City want to pay a little bit less. But what I think's come out today is that even if someone comes in and say offers 35 million, City have 72 hours to offer the same, and if we offer the same, we get him. I believe that's what's come out.
Yeah, that's right. That's the rules for the buyback. Yeah. You get 72 hours to either match it or better it.
Yeah. So City are probably almost sat there. I can't lie. I'd like to see us get it done by Monday because we want him back in training with the players, don't we? We don't want him to be coming joining.
Next week.
They're back on Monday, aren't they? I think Grealish.
This is going by too fast.
Yeah, it is. The summer's going well quick.
Almost August. I'm sad.
Can I ask you? Do you think because of the English quota stuff that Jack Grealish will end up staying?
No.
I think he'll stay because of his wages.
No. Yeah. I think we'll loan him out. I think either way, Jack Grealish will go by. But it might take a while. But I think a few of these players might take a while, unfortunately. But by the time the transfer window closes, I don't think Grealish will be at the club.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Pep sent him a message by not taking him to the Club World Cup.
Yeah.
He's basically froze him out. In the sense.
I mean, I can't lie. I think also with John Stones is a bit of an interesting one because John Stones didn't get a minute of football at the Club World Cup. So that one's a bit interesting as well. But
rumors and innuendos he's not ready yet. Still don't know what his injury is.
Oh, actually, do you know what? He's just got married, didn't he, in Ibiza, I think, as well.
Oh, congratulations, John.
Pretty certain I've just seen that today. But yeah, I the other bit of news that's come out today, well, not bit of news, the bit of news that will not fucking go away is Morgan Gibbs-White, right?
Yeah.
So where I am with this, is I don't know if you've seen, but apparently the Nottingham Forest owner has come out and said he doesn't believe that Morgan Gibbs-White wants to go to a team that, like, Morgan Gibbs-White will only leave Forest to go to a team that is of a certain level, and Tottenham are not of that level. So basically, what literally the owner said.
He doesn't like him, does he?
Well, what he said was, "What do we think of Tottenham? Shit. What do we think of shit? Tottenham. Thank you. That's all right." Literally. But I feel like now all of this, any rumor that we're seeing about Morgan Gibbs-White, I actually think is coming out of the club now, out of Nottingham Forest. I don't think it's anything to do with City because every rumor says he agreed personal terms in May with us. But I do think he agreed personal terms with us. But I think since then, our direction's changed. And I don't think, I can't see a world where we'd want to get Morgan Gibbs-White now.
I think I actually would love his profile because he's just a workhorse and he will track back and he will be a little bit nasty when you need it. I think our midfield's kind of missing that, but I think him and Bernardo on the same team is extremely redundant. So
and even more that's the thing, and I think
I don't see it happening for that reason.
If we were to get Morgan Gibbs-White, because if we're saying we're going to play him as a 10, then
no,
no, Cherky
as an 8.
As an 8, so I mean, look, if we get Morgan Gibbs-White, let's be honest with ourselves. We know who's going further down in the rankings, and that's Nico Gonzalez, not Bernardo.
Yeah, that's true. That's why Morgan Gibbs-White just makes no sense while Bernardo's here.
I will say one thing. As you know, Daps, I've got a mate who lives down the road from me. He is a massive Tottenham fan from North London, and I did have some banter with him yesterday, saying, "Well, it looks like he's coming to City now. City back in for him." And he went off, blaming Levy again and all this carry on. And just typical Tottenham fan, right?
It's a very weird one. I don't know if the Tottenham owner I don't know if Levy and the Forest owner have got beef from past or something, but it does seem a bit weird. I think ultimately he just wants more money and he's pissed off that they've found out about the release clause.
Yeah,
but ultimately, now everyone knows about the release clause. Even if City did want him, we're not going to go in and offer 80 million now, are we? We're going to only offer this Tottenham.
I would offer 60 and say take it or leave it.
Yeah,
60.
Yeah, exactly.
They have been
maybe a dozen donuts for the owner too.
They have been talking about McAtee going there now.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah, but
that would be interesting too.
Like that'd be good. That'd be a good move for it.
Like we sell them McAtee, and then they sell like we kind of both. I think Chelsea and Newcastle a couple seasons. There was like someone else. Who was it? They did like they like all sold to each other for super cheap when it was all PSR stuff. So you can't see something like that maybe happening.
You can't do player exchanges because of VAT reasons. I believe it is that basically you can't just swap things. As companies, you can't swap things because then if you swap things, you don't pay VAT. So you ultimately have to sell someone, and then they have to sell you someone. You both pay VAT, and that's just the way it is. But right, when I look at news, right, I look at who's reported it. And so let's look at McAtee first, right? McAtee, in fact, no, let me give you a really good example. So a Newcastle paper reported this morning that they are pulling out of the Trafford race because Manchester City are looking to pay 50 million for him, right? Now, straight away, we know that is absolute bullshit because his release clause is 40 million, right? So, so a Newcastle outlet to try and make Newcastle look good are saying, oh no, Newcastle are pulling out because they don't want to pay it. Same thing with McAtee, right? Forest saw a Forest journal reporting that they're pulling out of the McAtee chase because City want 40 million, right? Now, all I've seen all summer is that City want 25 million, not 40, right? So, again, I personally think the reason why Forest might be pulling out of McAtee is because McAtee has gone to Germany and come back and said, I want to go Germany. And so, because you got to think, as a team like Forest or Newcastle, if you're repeatedly in the papers being rejected, it does have an impact on your transfer window, doesn't it? Like I saw something the other day. Newcastle apparently have been rejected 6 times this summer. If you're a player that's looking to go to Newcastle and don't know too much about Newcastle, you see that and you are a bit put off. So I think the McAtee thing, I think Forest will pull out of it. We'll see. I think McAtee's destined for Germany. Me.
Where do you think he's best off going as far as his own development's concerned?
Germany.
I do as well.
Germany, definitely. Yeah, I think so. I think McAtee's right. McAtee's been at City. McAtee's been at Sheffield United. Right.
Yeah.
He's
good player.
He is a good player. But he's had 2 instances in the Premier League. Neither have come off too good. If he goes to Germany, I think he's a starter because he's technical. He'll suit it over there. I'm intrigued to see if he goes to Dortmund, or I think he might end up at Frankfurt.
I want him to go and develop because I think he's a very, very good player.
Yeah,
and I think he'll get better and better. He was already captain of the under-21s.
Yeah.
The 21s and won the trophy again. There's something there that I know he's got, and if he plays in the right position where he's good, then that because a lot of times when he played for City, he didn't really play in his position.
No.
So I think hopefully he develops, and you never know. You never know.
I think probably one of the main things with McAtee is we'll be trying to put on probably a 30% sell-on clause. I would imagine something like that. I would imagine he'll end up going to Frankfurt or Dortmund, and probably for about 22 million, but with a 30% sell-on clause. And by the way, I don't know if you two have seen this news about Brian Mbeumo.
How the hell is this Brentford player that United have signed with 1 year left on his contract, and United are paying 71 million?
Has he got a year left?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, I right. Do you know what? I'm here for United slander. At this point, the only slander I can put on Brian Mbeumo personally is why would you want to join him? I think he's a very good player. I think he's a very, very, very good player. I think. Right. I need to look at how long he had left contract-wise, but I think Brian Mbeumo for, was it 65 plus 5 in add-ons, so 70 million?
Yeah.
Is that right? I think that's a better signing than Noni Madueke for 55.
Yeah, I don't like that one at all.
But if he's got a year left on his contract, to hear it, I didn't know he had a year left on his contract. But have you seen City are pocketing 9.5 million out of
that?
Seen that, Alan?
No, what's that?
Not City, and they're League
not
Two,
City Football Group. So he came from Troyes, which City Football Group own.
Yeah. So
they've got a 7.5 million sell-on. So basically the equivalent of a 7.5 million sell-on clause, and then they've got another 2 million for something like training reasons or something. So City Football Group are going to make 9.5 million.
Nice.
Mate. I know Barada's going to be a bit pissed off with that, but
it's probably big for Troyes down in League Two or wherever they're League Three, wherever they're.
I can't lie. I think him and Kounde are actually good signings from United. However much I want to be bitter on it.
Kounde's a very good signing.
Kounde's. I think both of them are. I think both of them are. Yeah. But still, they drew the other night with Leeds, so we're here for that. Right, next bit of news. Right back talk. So I have seen we apparently showed an interest in Jules Kounde. I personally think again that might be because he wants a new contract at Barcelona.
Yeah, that's agent talk. I don't believe it at all.
But what is going on with the right back situation? Kels, what do you reckon? Do you think
I think we're walking into a disaster if we go with the players we have. I'll give Nunes some credit. I think he had some good games last season, and we could probably get away with him for a decent chunk of games in the Premier League, especially when we're facing low blocks. I think he has a skill set that does help unlock those a little bit, but I don't trust him in big games because he's got he's made a lot of mistakes in big games.
Yeah.
I still can't get over the derby. I'm sorry. I can't do it. No matter how well he performs, I just can't get over that. And I just don't see him in Europe.
And since the derby, a couple of PTSD moments of that as well.
Yeah. Even the Juventus game, him and Akanji kind of combined to allow that goal and the second goal for Juventus. If you watch it again, it's the two of them getting skinned alive by, I forget who the player was, but he's one of Juventus' best players. So I think you can get away with it in some games, but I would count us out of the Champions League if he's our starting right back. I think there's too many elite left wingers in Europe that would absolutely roast him on defense because he's just not a defender. I'm not. That's not me saying he's a terrible player. I'm just saying he's not a defender. And if you're asking him to defend in a big European game, I personally just don't think he can do it. So, yeah, the Tino Livramento news yesterday was really disappointing because I thought he would have been quite a good pick. But Rico Lewis gives me no confidence as a right back. I just don't. Defensively, he's just way too easily bullied, and I don't rate Akanji.
I don't want to see Rico Lewis.
I don't want to see Rico as a right back. And
I don't want to see him as an option
either.
Yeah, no. I agree with you on that as well.
When Akanji and Diaz play at the same time, teams are happy to just let Akanji and Diaz pass the ball to each other, and I just think it's a bad combination. So
yeah, I agree.
I don't want to see him as a right back. I'm sorry.
You know what?
I said, I just don't rate him.
Do you know what? I want to try doing something, but goddamn, the amount of ads that pop up on this is unbelievable. But anyway, we're going to do it anyway. Right, I'm going to bear with me. I want to try and build something, right, to see if something could work. Because for me, my biggest issue is our defence, right? At this point, I know the legs in midfield is a concern, but I'm having faith that we're not going to see Bernardo and Gundogan both start much next season, right? There we go.
No, like I said, we signed the players for the midfield, so that doesn't worry me as much anymore. It's just they need to play.
So I'm going to have some faith, right? But I want to build a squad, a starting 11. I just want to try something. Bear with me, people. Let me share screen. There it is. Actually, can I do it that way? I'll do this one. Right. Ignore this ad thing and hold on, there it is. That's across. Will it? Nope, still there. Ignore the ads in the bottom, people. Sorry. Skip ad, maybe? That's it. Right, perfect. So we're gonna say Trafford in goal, right?
Yep.
Ooh, exciting. Trafford in goal.
Right. Now, this is why I want to. How do you move them? You can move players, can't you?
Yeah.
I think you have to set the formation because you said it as a 4-4-2.
I didn't set it as
So
that.
I think you can. I think you can change it. I'm not 100%.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
thank you.
Yeah.
So
You went through the back.
Yeah, this is what I want to try. So would it be
like a 3-2?
Yeah, let's try this.
3-2-5.
Yeah, let's
maybe?
try this. Right. So
3-4-2-1. Yeah, because we did that mostly last season.
I just want to see how it would work, right? So here we're putting for now, right? And by the way, yes, 100%, there is an option that we don't play Ruben as centre-back and we play Kuzanov, right? But I just want to see how this would work numbers-wise and who would miss out. Really?
Oh, because the dash, yeah.
Right, and then we're going to play.
Are we just talking like start like this is our best lineup or?
Yeah. Best.
Okay.
Obviously, everything will change, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to leave this position here, right? We're gonna. What are we saying up here? Come on, I'll let you two pick these two.
For me, it would probably be Foden Turkey, but
okay,
I feel bad benching Marmoush, but
yeah, same.
I would definitely. I love the idea of Foden and Turkey because I think that they really had some good chemistry forming.
Okay, so in that case, based on the fact that you don't want to drop Marmoush, what are we saying?
It looks Marmoush or Haaland, doesn't it?
What are we saying?
Oh,
Kels? What are we saying? What are we saying?
Well, then the right back would have to be Nunes.
Right.
That's not Nunes.
I know.
Hey, Bernardo there. Fair enough.
Because everyone thinks that Bernardo's going to start, right? Could he work as a right wing back?
He could.
Don't
just a question. I'm just by the way, I'm sorry. However much I want Marmoush, I have to change this. Sorry.
Yeah, it'd have to be Haaland.
Don't know how you change it, but I presume it's that. How the fuck do you change it? Yeah, bench him. Sorry, mate. How do I change it?
I would say Bernardo is probably going to do better on defense than Nunes because he has played fullback randomly. Yeah, remember the game at the Emirates and the Trump? You were probably at that game. I wouldn't be surprised.
Right.
He was quite good as a left back in that game when he's like.
Randomly. I mean, the other option is that you could.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would do that.
I mean,
yeah. Turkey is a right winger. So
but then if you're doing that, like, let's be honest, you could quite easily. Sorry. In that case, for those that kind of, because look, I'm still going to say we don't know what Foden's form's going to be like. You could.
Yeah, you could do Marmoush there. Yeah, that's the beauty of it is you could change him out.
There's a bit there.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
Would that work?
I think that could work in some games. Yeah, because that's something I would call like more of a go for it lineup. Because in that one, Nori could push forward, and I would actually expect Bernardo to stay back and defend, which is where I think his strength is right now. Is I think he's better at defending. I don't think he really offers anything going forward.
Yeah,
but if you put him in with Nori can go forward. And then Rodri and Bernardo could kind of smush it. Like you could have Rangers, Nori, Marmoush, Turkey, and Haaland all like the go for it, like chaos, like just go for it. And then kind of have Bernardo and Rodri form a double pivot. And then whoever needs to can go back as they need to. So that actually could work.
And the thing with this is, right, that first and foremost, let's remember, right, we're never, ever going to have all these players fit, right? The chances are there's going to be injuries, there's going to be suspensions, everything. The season is long. What I'm just thinking is with Bernardo, right? So Bernardo has been made club captain. Is he going to start every game? No. But is he going to start? Yes. Now, for me, one of the key things with Bernardo is his legs, right?
Yeah,
I think that Bernardo, and I'm not meaning pace. There's a difference between pace and legs. Bernardo puts the miles in, right? Now, as a wing back, he can. The whole thing down here is going to be being a facilitator, right? As in a facilitator for this man to do the work, right? So Bernardo is down here to occupy and be a facilitator. Of course, we know that Bernardo here is not going to put in countless crosses, although actually against Al Hilal in the Club World Cup, he actually did put quite a few crosses in. The other thing, people saying, so I've dropped Foden. I'm going to be consistent with what I said at the back end of last season, right? Foden, we need to give time. Just because he had a few good cameos in the Club World Cup, I'm not going to sit here and say Foden's back. Devious Ducky, for once, me and you are probably on the same wavelength. But also, this man, Cherky, we paid 30 million for him. There's a good chance that him and Foden are going to rotate a lot. We don't know. I don't think we're going to see him start too much.
I think that's a mistake. I think they need to play together because you can just see them feeding off of each other.
I hear it, but will Pep do that? I don't know. I'm just
Probably
thinking
not.
that my whole thing with this is someone said this is a similar formation to we actually played against Al Hilal, right? The biggest difference is this man at right back, right?
The biggest difference is the midfield too.
No, they said formation.
Oh, formation, but yeah,
Formation,
I think
yeah,
personnel matters too, though, in the formation.
Yeah. But for me, I don't expect, like, people have been telling me that Kuzanov is not good enough going forward. Fine. Either way, we need the other option. I mean, the other option is what's the other option?
We're just having fun here. We're not.
Yeah.
The chat is going crazy. Like, how are you going to do this and that? And I'm like, we're just spitballing some ideas right here. We're not necessarily. We don't think this is going to be our formation to start the season.
I guess the other option would be, this is the one that probably quite a few people want to see, but I can't see it happening, would be that. And then what I guess here would be that would be
Nunes, probably. Nunes or someone else. Yeah. I don't
For
even
now.
want to say the names. It's so dire.
Is Martin in the stream when he's in?
Martin says he's in the chat and he says he's drinking cocktails.
He's in the chat. He's in on holiday in Turkey.
He's drinking cocktails.
Hey, get on with your holiday.
Drink that. Hey, Turkish wine is very good. I would recommend drinking that.
I don't drink
Turkish wine is delicious. Yeah. I flew Turkish Airways and they had pretty good wine. And then I had a layover in Istanbul. So we went to a wine bar and had some very delicious Turkish wine.
The other one would be this, right? And then, obviously.
Yeah, Rodri the 6.
Then midfield of Reinders and who would be playing in? See, I guess the one
that's where I would put Foden.
Right. Okay. Cool.
And then have Turkey be the right wing, Marmoush the left wing, and Holland the striker. I think personally, yeah, that lineup you're about to put out, I think is our best lineup. Well, I would I'd say Diaz instead of
Vardy. So you have Haaland here.
Bernardo as a center back.
So something like that.
Yeah.
I think personally, for me, that's our best team.
I would agree
for the players we have.
I'd agree if we get if we were to get someone with pace in that back line. Oh, we've got Kuzanov. Hold on. What? How has Bernardo got back in here? I swapped Bernardo for Kuzanov, and Bernardo's back in it. No, I did. I swear.
You can't drop Bernardo.
You can't drop Bernardo. This is Pep. The computer is Pep. Pep's not. I swear on my life, I dropped Bernardo for fucking Kuzanov, and I've looked at my screen, and Bernardo's back there. Nah, Pep's behind the screen. This is mad. I swear, people, you must have seen me replace him with fucking. Because remember, you said I've got Kuzanov in the team twice. Remember, Kels?
I don't use this program, so I don't know.
No, but you said, why have you got Kuzanov in the team twice? Right? Pep's a ghost of liner build-up.
Pep is hacking this.
That is mental.
The program. He's listening to the stream. He's like, he decided to hack the program.
Right.
Oh, Martin's in Turkey, so he's sending emails. Throw back to the 90s.
Right.
You might as well send him a page. You send him a message on his page.
Do you know what? He can't stay away, can he? He just cannot stay away. He's going to miss something.
It would be that. Do you know what? The only thing I like this, but
yeah, that for the players we have available or on our team right now, on paper, I think that's our best team.
Yeah,
well, for me personally, I would probably put Diaz in there over Husanov, but I think for me the most important thing is that front six. I think that front six is our best front six.
Yeah, well, and then have Doku, Savio off the bench.
Yeah, I think they're going to be bench. I mean they'll start games, but I don't think
I like that as well.
I don't think they're going to be in our best team. Yeah. That for me is our best team.
Yeah. The only thing I would say on that is I'm still giving Diaz probably time in over Kuznetsov for now. But the minute I do that, I have to put Kuznetsov on the right because of pace. Kuznetsov has to start for me. Has to be a starter somewhere with the pace because we need his pace.
I agree. We need the pace, but I just don't.
I've got one.
I don't think he's ready for our best team yet.
I've got one issue. Nunes is not good enough. I'm sorry. He's not.
We were just waiting for this.
See, hold on. Look,
not.
I just put. Oh no, that's right. So if we put Kuznetsov in there, and then put
Diaz is our
Diaz.
Back. Yeah, Diaz is going to be a start. Diaz and Vardiol, thank God, is going to be our center back pairing next season.
Yeah, I just think Nunes is, like I say, against the average teams we got a low block.
I think that's our best team with the players available.
Yeah. I think
so.
when we play someone decent
right now. I mean, obviously Trafford's not there yet, but out of the players we have, the 10 in the outfield, I think that's our best team. For who we have right now. If I had a choice, I would rather have Livramento as the right back, but we saw yesterday it's not happening.
Man of the match, man of the match. If we go man of the match, I think my player of the season next season might be Reinders. So
I love him. Yeah, that guy is the most pet player.
And it was squad title. Where do I enter the squad title to save it? Anyone
call this the best, the on paper best.
But where do you type it?
I don't know. The top.
Anyway, we're only mucking about.
Pep won't let us save it because Bernardo's not in it. So he's
yeah, put Bernardo. Yeah, if I enter a title, it's going to say down here in red. It's saying red. Put Bernardo back in the team to save.
I like the creativity. I like the balance of that. I think there's the pace in the back you need, but for me, mostly it's just like the younger legs in the midfield.
Yeah,
and players who can get the ball to Erling Haaland.
Get the ball to Erling Haaland as quickly as possible. That's got to be everything next season.
It needs to be fast, and if they lose the ball, they can track back. Because I think Foden has been improving on that. I know he still has a ways to go, but Turkey showed us, and it was limited time in the club world. He said he'd track back. He made a mistake and he tracked back and he won the ball back. So we just need more out of that. Like he showed he can do it. I know it's one example, but he did it
do you know what? I still want this. I'm still here screaming. We must get a right back.
I agree.
I don't know who the Dumfries, and the hard thing is that Dumfries, that seems to all gone cold. Wesley looks like he's going to Roma. I mean, remember before the season ended, Cambiasso was seemed nailed on. Cambiasso's gone quiet.
That was surprising.
Livramento, I think any chance of us getting Livramento with the whole Trafford thing, I think that's gone. They ain't going to want to do business with us now.
Also, Dumfries is not a defender, so I don't see the point. I don't see him. Dumfries to me is not really an upgrade on Nunes, so I don't see the point.
A lot more physical than Nunes. I don't know if right. So I saw on a page earlier on quite a few. No, in fact, you know what? It was on yesterday's stream. Quite a few people mentioned Jed Spence.
Vindication for Conway. Shout out Conway.
I'm not sure about. I wouldn't mind him. I wouldn't mind Jed Spence. I'm still here screaming. I wouldn't mind Jed Spence. I think Jed Spence is better than Nunes at right back.
Martin's leaving the balcony.
Martin's leaving the balcony. Keep spamming Jed Spence.
I wouldn't mind.
Martin's texting me on air as well.
He's probably messaged me.
He's going to text me soon, isn't he? No, he's not.
I mean, people keep saying it's Vanderson, but there's no links to Vanderson. Like, don't get me wrong. I'd love it if we saw some links to him, but at this point, that Vanderson, and it's not even.
Well, were there any links to Trafford until there were?
True. Were there any links to Turkey until there were? True. You never know. But and as for Spence, I don't think we'd be paying 8 million. Because Spence,
do you know what it is? It's the name. It's the name. That's Jed Spence. He sounds like a comedy
well, it sounds pretty English, so I thought you'd like him, Alan.
I do. Well, mate, I have 11 English people. You know me.
Exactly. I thought you'd be all for Jed Spence.
That's a non-starter for me because Levy will never sell him to us.
But
he'll ask for 100 million for
the only thing is, but you have to remember, Jed Spence is their second choice right back behind Pora.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
So they might sell him, but I'm just at this point. By the way, at this point, I'm here clutching. Right. I wanted Livramento. Yeah. I wanted Dumfries. I was beginning to sway towards Wesley. I wanted even the Italian guy. I can't remember his name now. But at this point, like, would I right? Martin, you're saying Daps, you want Spence, his second choice or third choice Tottenham. I would have Spence at right back over Nunes. Yes, I would. Like,
Nunes is shit, Martin.
Like, over Nunes, I would have him. Like, this is a thing. Would I have him over Livramento? No, but I'd have him over Nunes at right back. Like, I don't think that's a wild take. To say that I want a right back over a fucking midfielder that's playing as right back, I don't think that makes me mental. Cass, Nunes at right back or Jed Spence? All right, fair enough. Well, fuck me. I must be mental then.
Jed Spence, I've only seen that left back.
Yeah, but he's a right back by trade.
Right wing back.
Jack Grealish's new right back. I don't know, man. Either way, if we don't get a right back, then for me, Kuzanov should be playing there over because we're gonna get ripped apart in transitions. If we don't get a right back, I'm worried, and I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm very worried, very very worried.
I am too.
I'm not worried about the midfield because I do think we will see very limited game.
Martin's a Nunes fan, right? And it has been for ages. And I'm sorry, Nunes is shit. End of story.
Is that what we came for?
Yeah.
I love Alan's undying hatred for Nunes.
My whole thing with Nunes, right? My whole thing with Nunes is it's not even, again, this is a bit like my whole thing with Diaz is not Diaz hate. My whole thing with Nunes hate is not Nunes hate because I actually think Nunes being asked to go forward, is great. I think Nunes driving forward with the ball is brilliant, but I don't think Nunes offers any cover for Ruben Diaz's pace. Correct. Right? I think that's the issue. The issue is Ruben Diaz and Nunes as a right-sided defense is fucking dog shit. Sorry.
Yeah.
As a partnership, neither as individuals, right? But as a partnership with a team that plays with a high line is awful. That's the issue. It's not Nunes hate, it's not Diaz hate. It's Nunes and Diaz in a high line as a partnership. It's really stinky.
Yeah.
And again, Staffy Dave saying Nunes is quick. I'm not denying that. But either way, if he's quick, his reading of the game is not good enough getting back, right? That's the issue. And this is maybe a Pep issue. It's not even a Nunes issue and a Diaz issue. The issue is them two together don't work.
Just like Diaz and Akanji don't work.
Yeah.
Nunes against United. That was it for me. I would have.
No, you were hate on him long before that.
Yeah, I would have got. To me, he should be driving trams from the Etihad to Piccadilly. That's it.
Yeah. And Devious, you're saying drop the right. Here is some truth. There are some other options if we want to play with Nunes and Diaz, we could drop the high line. But the truth is, Pep's not going to drop the high line.
No,
and to a certain extent, I would rather say get the right players than ask a manager whose system has won so much to drop his system, because his system works. His system does work. So,
yeah, it works.
Dave, you might be right. He could learn. And listen, I'm all for the opening 10 games. If we start Núñez at right back and all of a sudden I'm seeing Núñez coming in and covering Diaz and it working, I'll say, do you know what, Núñez, my bad. But I just don't see it. Don't see it.
I'd like to give it a chance, though. I'd like to give things a chance. And if they fail, at least you try, you know. I don't call it a failure before it's happened.
And as for there was one comment I just saw. Problem is the right back market is dead. I do hear that. The fact that we were all here screaming, go and play Newcastle, whatever they want for Livramento, tells us that market's not great at the moment. Yeah, we will see. Anyway,
because he's English. Remember, don't we hate English players? But we wanted Tino.
I mean, he don't sound English, though, does he?
Yeah, that's a very yeah,
you don't have to do anything with his name for him to sound like European, do you? You don't have to do anything.
He even looks Italian too, a little bit.
Yeah, he even does. You're right. Right, we are going to wrap this up here. Tomorrow, people, if there is any news, I will try and go live tomorrow afternoon. I'm flying to Portugal in the morning. If not, then I'll probably be, then I will be live Thursday at 10:30. Alan, that's one for you. Thursday, 10:30 in the morning. Until then, this is going to redirect over to Never a Foul, where Cassie's going to be going live with all of the panels. So please stay where you are. Go over there, smash the like button, and I will see you Thursday morning. And until then, I'm going to leave you with a bit more of the Núñez hype, of the Trafford hype train.
JP.